Manoj, shall we start?
We'll wait 2-3 more minutes. 4:10, 4:12 will start.
Okay. I think we should start, Manoj. What do you say?
Yeah, we'll start.
Okay. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for such an overwhelming response. We welcome you all for the monthly rollover webinar. And for this webinar, we have Mr. Manoj Muralidharan, our research expert, with us. So, over to you, Manoj.
Komal, just enable the screen share for me.
Okay, okay.
A very warm good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to this monthly rollover webinar that we have. So we have a small presentation which says more about the objective way we understand and we look into what the indices might trade in at least for the next fortnight, if not the month. And along with that, we have looked into stocks which can be bought into delivery-based buying the coming week as well, which has a potency for the next 15 to 20 days or at least for this December contract. Then, following that, we'll have a question and answer session wherein any queries which related to this indices strategy or the stocks or the sectors that you mentioned here. So we'll try to answer all the queries. And for other queries, obviously, please send us a mail to equityresearch@telegram.com, where we'll be more than happy to assist you. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen wherein Give me a moment here. So I hope this is visible to everyone.
Yes, yes, we can
Yeah.
see.
So, like always, we try to see what is the quantum of position that we have for the new contract and what the old contract had, and what is the sentiment or the way in which the indices have been behaving. So if you see into this December contract, the Nifty is starting lesser by almost 9 to 10 odd lakhs. So 1.07 crores is where the December series is starting versus November when we had almost 116 odd lakhs. So if you remember November series when we started, the FIs were hugely short into the market, a good 80 to 85% throughout the month. And then eventually the expiry was on a better stage. So this shorting which happened was more of a hedge that they usually do when they cross more than 60 odd percent. So what we say is whenever FIs does usually hedge their position by shorting the index more than 60%, 60, we see that generally a hedge comes into the market and the Nifty usually becomes a range bound. Only when we see a cash selling which accentuates a net position in the derivative, that is when we actually see a follow up selling. So thankfully, we are almost at 20,300 now on the spot. So we have started the December series with a lesser position because the short position from November has not really be completely rolled into the December series. So we started the December series with just 36 to 34% of long position, which used to be 11%. So almost two-thirds shorts have been carried from November to December, if I might say that. And one-third is the long position that we have, at least for the December series. Expiry wise, Nifty almost rallied 5 to 7% and followed by the Bank Nifty. It was the first half of the November series where the Bank Nifty underperformed. But if you see the last 5 to 8 days, we are seeing the Bank Nifty form huge long positions, and we do not expect the December series to be an underperformance for the bank or the bank stocks. So first thing first, Nifty still even intraday today, I guess the open interest positioning was not more than 2 to 3%. So we're expecting a range bound session in Nifty, but with a positive bias, with the resistance closer to 20,500 on spot. And the support now on the Nifty is a strong closer to 20,000. So this 500 odd points is where we expect the 7th and possibly the 10th of December to be trading in with this 500 odd points in Nifty with the bias to be positive. Option wise, if you see 20,000 is the strike where that we are seeing good amount of call and put accumulation. So 20,000 might act as a pivot. So what it means is the day we get Nifty closing below 20,000. So I'll just add some Hindi as well here. So निफ्टी में अगर आप दिसंबर सीरीज में देखते हैं तो दिसंबर सीरीज में नवंबर का जो टू थर्ड पोजीशन शॉर्ट से वो ही कैरी हुए हैं, इसलिए ओपन इंटरेस्ट कम है नवंबर सीरीज में 116 लाख से वी स्टार्टेड द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड दिसंबर सीरीज में वो ऑलमोस्ट 9 लाख कम है, एक 106 लाख है. तो ये जो कमी इन द ओपन इंटरेस्ट या पोजीशन है, दैट इज बिकॉज शॉर्ट पोजीशन जो नवंबर के थे वो कैरी नहीं हुए हैं पूरे, ओनली टू थर्ड ऑफ दैट हैज बीन कैरीड. ऑप्शन अगर आप देखते हो मंथली एक्सपायरी ऑप्शन जो है उसमें 20,000 स्ट्राइक में हाईएस्ट कॉल और पुट ऑप्शन, हाईएस्ट मतलब हायर कॉल एंड पुट ऑप्शन एक्यूमुलेशन है. तो वो एक पिवट की तरह काम करेगा. पिवट का मतलब ये होता है कि 20,000 के नीचे जब निफ्टी क्लोज होगा तब उसमें एक सेल ऑन राइज या मंदी या प्रॉफिट बुकिंग ज्यादा चलेगा, वरना 20,000 से लेके 20,500, ये 500 पॉइंट में निफ्टी 7 तारीख का जो पहला वीकली एक्सपायरी है और 10 तारीख, दिस 10 days इट कैन यूजली ट्रेड इन. इसके अलावा वी हैव सर्टेन स्टॉक्स जो वी फील दैट निफ्टी 50 स्टॉक्स में से जो आउट परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट वी मीन इज अगर लेट्स से द निफ्टी इज पॉजिटिव बाय 2% मंथ ऑन मंथ, दैट इज फॉर दिस सीरीज, सो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस स्टॉक्स टू बी बेटर देन 2%. सो द स्टॉक्स विल बी बंधन बैंक, हिंडाल्को, बाटा इंडा एंड ग्लेनमार्क. So coming to this most other important index, which is your Bank Nifty. Usually the volumes in Bank Nifty is a good 50-55%, which used to be Nifty maybe a couple of years before. But after the weekly expiry, we have seen the volume pick up. So Bank Nifty also, like I mentioned, last 5 days of expiry, there has been fresh long positioning. And that is exactly why we are seeing the open interest to be better. So November, the open interest in Bank Nifty was closer to 24.5 lakhs. Now we are at almost 26 lakhs. So there's 1.5 lakh of fresh long position which has been formed. There should be more of long position that we have, and we are expecting that the bank nifty might not underperform the nifty like last month. So जैसे नवंबर सीरीज में निफ्टी जब भी सेल ऑन राइज या गिर रहा था तो वहां पे निफ्टी का सेलिंग ज्यादा बैंक निफ्टी या बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स की वजह से आ रहा था। तो इस बार जो है हम लोग वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि दिसंबर सीरीज में बैंक निफ्टी का अंडर परफॉर्मेंस नहीं रहेगा या तो कम रहेगा। सो बैंक निफ्टी जो है वो निफ्टी के साथ टैंडम इट माइट वर्क इन टैंडम टू व्हाट द निफ्टी डज। Even on the option side, agar if you see the yellow bar, which is the call option, so 46,000 strike is where we are seeing the highest call accumulation. This is the monthly series. And put wise, it is 44,000. So this 200,000 odd points is where we are expecting the bank nifty to be trading majorly. So almost for the December series, or at least for the first weekly expiry, the resistance in the bank nifty might be closer to 46,000 spot. Sector wise, if we see rollovers, we are seen on an average around 90 to 94%, which is almost in line. But the highest, as I was mentioning, it is seen in the banking sector. So this December month, at least the initial data says that it might be uh, more conducive for the banking stocks or bank nifty, and we are expecting that stocks or that sector to outperform. Now thankfully, because the content of weightage that the banking stocks has along with financial is almost 32 to 34% odd in the nifty. So almost it's not might not be wrong to say that almost one third of the nifty has more momentum on the upside than the rest of the indices. So banking as an alpha can also work for this series of December. Other sectors wise, we are seeing that obviously textile is less in terms of weightage and stock, but cement is one where we have again seen almost about 94% with good positioning. And these two sectors, banking along with cement, can be an alpha for this series of December. Now, lowest rollover does not really mean that the sector is negative, but generally what happens whenever there is a reversal in trend. So, if you see, oil and gas has done very good in the last series, especially stocks like ONGC. So there is huge amount of shorting which happens in ONGC futures. This is to hedge the big move that has come into the last, let's say, 40 to 60 odd days. So a fresh arbitrage is where you are shorting the stock futures, and usually the open interest or the rollover shows less. So we believe that oil and gas at 86% is not because of lack of positive momentum, but it is because of effective hedging which has happened into the sector, and that is exactly why the rollover percentage in terms of November to December is showing at a 86%. The same goes with power and telecom. So we all know the stocks have been doing at least in the last 20-25 sessions. So more of hedged positions are seen in these three sectors, precisely more into the oil and gas, we believe. Now, on the right hand side, we can see the difference in the rollover versus last month and this. So, realty and banking, these are the two sectors where we have seen month on month the rollover percentage has been more. Now, we do not really vouch more for the percentage because the concept we understand here is the quantum of open interest that the sector holds into a new contract. That is more effective way of understanding the positioning in the market rather than the percentage. तो बोलने का मतलब ये है सेक्टर वाइज जो भी स्टॉक्स है वो नवंबर से दिसंबर में कितने ओपन इंटरेस्ट से या कितने फ्यूचर्स लॉट से उनका पोजीशन बनता है वो ज्यादा व्हाट इज इफेक्टिव होगा टू अंडरस्टैंड रेदर देन परसेंटेज। तो हालांकि बैंकिंग एंड रियल्टी ये दो सेक्टर्स में हमने नवंबर के कंपैरिजन में वी हैव सीन बेटर ओपन इंटरेस्ट या बेटर पोजीशनिंग। सो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट टू आउट परफॉर्म। Now, we have boiled down four stocks. Now, compulsorily, we believe that this should be bought in delivery. The reason is stocks would be volatile, and thanks to the events also that we have the coming when the week starts on Monday, Tuesday. So there will be volatility in the market, but we advocate buying this stock into the cash market as delivery, and we are expecting the respective targets at least in this December series. So the first stock is Bandhan Bank, wherein the we recommend buying it in delivery almost at 226 to 228 as a price. Try to buy it in between that, and we are expecting good positive momentum. Now the reason is obviously we have seen 20% of open interest positioning. So if you just connect the dots, banking as a sector has seen better positioning, and in banking Bandhan Bank is where almost 20%, 20% of additional December futures position has been formed. So we believe this is long positioning, and the stock can reach almost 250 odd levels to 260, which can be the initial target at least on the stock. So that's a good 8 to 10% that we're expecting on Bandhan Bank. Second is in the metal sector. Obviously, the metals rallied almost 3 to 4 months before, but at least in the last 1.5 months, we have not really seen much of an outperformance. But now, stocks like Hindalco has actually seen good positioning not only in the cash market but also on the derivative side. So we're expecting that the stock has good momentum on the upside, and a possible upside target of close to 580 is very much possible in the stock. So with Hindalco, accumulate Hindalco close to 518 to 520, and we are expecting the December series to be in the vicinity of 570 to 580. So that would be almost uh, a good 10 to 12% odd that we're expecting, at least in terms of the target for a stock from the metal sector. Now, FMCG, we have been seeing at least in the last 3 to 4 contracts, almost from August series, FMCG has been maintaining almost stable, and there has been stock specific outperformance. But now we believe for December, Bata as a stock has seen good buying at least month on month, and we expect the follow up buying to come in. So stock specific also, we believe that this stock, we recommend buying it closer to 1620 in cash position. That is where, if you see in the FMCG sector, as I was mentioning, Bata stock wise has actually seen 35% of additional long position in terms of November to December rollovers. And also the stock has rallied almost 3.5% in November. So we believe this long positions with 94% positioning and a better open interest, the better position that we are seeing in December series, this stock has a potential to test almost 1690. तो जो तीसरा स्टॉक है एफएमसीजी में, जो डेटा है जिसमें एफएमसीजी में बाटा जो स्टॉक है जिसका पोजीशन दिसंबर सीरीज में विद कंपेयर टू नवंबर ऑलमोस्ट 35%, 35% मोर ऑफ ओपन इंटरेस्ट है, एंड रोल ओवर वाइज भी ऑलमोस्ट 94% वो रोल हो चुका है. तो हमें लगता है कि इसमें स्टॉक में ऑलमोस्ट 1680 1690 का टारगेट पॉसिबल है. सो दैट इज द पोटेंशियल टारगेट ऑन बाटा फॉर दिस सीरीज ऑफ दिसंबर. The fourth stock, pharma sector में से pharma sector has been doing comparatively if you see quarter wise, but then Glenmark is one stock where there is good positioning which happened in the last 4 to 5 session. So we believe that Glenmark जो stock है उसमें follow up buying और चलेगा December series में, और ये stock almost it can give you a target of close to 830 to 835. So the stock Glenmark, which has seen almost 30% new position or fresh position जो दिसंबर में बना है, और स्टॉक तकरीबन 4% नवंबर में पॉजिटिव बंद भी हुआ है. सो ये जो लॉन्ग बिल्टअप दैट वी हैव सीन इन डेनमार्क, वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट टू इंच अप विद 835 एज अ टारगेट. So the four stocks again I'll take back. Bandhan Bank is where we recommend buying that. Second would be Bandhan from the banking sector, let's say, and Hindalco from the metal sector, Bata from FMCG, and Glenmark from pharma. So these are the four stocks which are varied and we believe that can give good alpha. Now, what we mean is we are expecting these stocks to do better than the Nifty. Obviously, they're banking, we are positive, so there are a lot of stocks in banks which can work in tandem or outperform. But then these four stocks show the potential to outperform the Nifty already, and that is exactly why we recommend buying them in the cash position. Now, like we are mentioning, even the option side, 20,500 to is where the highest amount of call option is. So we believe that that might act as a resistance. So यहाँ पे अभी फिलहाल जो निफ्टी 20,300 के आसपास है, तो वहां से 200 250 और पॉइंट्स का अपसाइड है. तो वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस 250 300 पॉइंट्स के बाद निफ्टी थोड़ा रेंज बाउंड जाएगा. तो क्योंकि जस्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट स्टार्ट हुआ है, तो रेशियो कॉल स्प्रेड इज अ वेरी गुड इफेक्टिव स्ट्रेटजीज विच आई रेकमेंड. तो इसमें ये होता है कि आप कॉल ऑप्शन जो मंथ एंड का है वो 20,500 का स्ट्राइक का कॉल ऑप्शन खरीदते हो, वो आप 170 के आसपास में खरीदते हो, और 20,800 का जो कॉल ऑप्शन है दो आप बेचते हो. जैसे एक कॉल बाय करने के बाद दो बेचते हो 74 75 के आसपास, तो आपका नेट प्रीमियम जो होता है वो सिर्फ 30 रुपए का होता है. जैसे 75 के दो कॉल आप बेचते हो तो ऑलमोस्ट 150 रुपया आपका इनपुट हो गया और आपने 170 रुपए का कॉल लिया. सो 20 से 30 रुपया ये आपका नेट प्रीमियम हो जाता है. और इसमें स्टॉप लॉस आप 5 का लगाइए, हालांकि स्टॉप लॉस इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं है, बट स्टिल ये पूरे मंथ तक वी रेकमेंड कीपिंग दिस पोजीशन, और इसमें तकरीबन 150 रुपए का टारगेट है. अभी रेशियो कॉल स्प्रेड कहाँ करते हैं? रेशियो कॉल स्प्रेड तभी करते हैं जब भी ऑप्शन प्राइसिंग जो होता है उसमें इम्प्लाइड वोलेटिलिटी ज्यादा होता है। जैसे अगर आप देखो पिछले 2 से 3 दिन में निफ्टी ऑलमोस्ट 400 500 19 800 से 20,300 500 पॉइंट चल चुका है। तो 500 पॉइंट चलने के बाद जो न्यू न्यू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है उसमें जो कॉल ऑप्शन के प्राइसेस होते हैं वो कम से कम 10 to 15% एक्स्ट्रा होते हैं। एक्स्ट्रा इन द सेंस लेवरेज होता है, क्योंकि सेंटीमेंट एक साइड में होता है तो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ बाइंग डिमांड। सो दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज द इम्प्लाइड वोलेटिलिटी, which is the probability of this call to make more money goes up and that is why it becomes costly। and क्योंकि ट्रेंड जो है पॉजिटिव की तरफ है तो वो जो एक्स्ट्रा एडिशन ऑफ प्रीमियम आप भरते हो उसको कॉम्पनसेट करने के लिए आप सामने दूर के दो कॉल ऑप्शन बेचते हो। तो इसमें आपने जो 170 वाला कॉल लिया है और 74 वाला दो बेच के उस स्प्रेड को नीचे लेके आके 30 के आसपास लाया। हालांकि इसमें हमें 120 to 150 रुपीज का टारगेट है। सो इफ आई जस्ट इसमें मार्जिन लगता है तकरीबन 1 लाख 1,12,000 का मार्जिन लग गया, क्योंकि इसमें एडिशनल कॉल बेचा गया है। आपने एक कॉल खरीदा है और एक से ज्यादा यानी दो कॉल बेचे हुए हैं। तो नेट नेट अगर आप देखो तो एक एक्स्ट्रा कॉल सेल हुआ है, इसीलिए मार्जिन बढ़ता है, क्योंकि ऑप्शन सेलिंग इज ऑलवेज रिस्की एंड देयर इज अ हाई मार्जिन इन्वॉल्व। So if you see the entire crux that we have is indices wise, we believe that banking or the bank stocks can outperform स्टॉक्स। ये जो 4 महीने के लिए जो अच्छा चल सकता है वो है बंधन बैंक, हिंडाल्को, बाटा और ग्लेनमार्क। और ऑप्शन निफ्टी में हम कम से कम 200 to 250 मोर पॉइंट्स ऑफ अपसाइड एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं। हालांकि आईवी ऊपर है तो इस वजह से रेशियो कॉल स्प्रेड, जहाँ पे आपको एक 20,500 का मंथन का कॉल ऑप्शन खरीदना है और दो 20,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन बेचना है, और ये स्ट्रैटेजी तकरीबन 100 to 150 रुपीज का आपको प्रॉफिट दे सकती है एज ए टारगेट। So this is the basic crux that we have for this series of December. If you all have any question, kindly put us in the chat box. We'll wait for a minute and then we'll be answering the queries. So guys, we'll take the question and answer session now. Uh, what about Reliance? So guys, इसमें मिस्टर स्नेहाशीष पाल ने पूछा है। सो स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक क्वेरीज होगा तो आप इक्विटी रिसर्च या delegate.com में प्लीज डालिए, जहाँ पे रिलायंस का सपोर्ट एंड रेजिस्टेंस एंड आउट परफॉर्मेंस और द स्टॉक परफॉर्मेंस फॉर दिसंबर सीरीज पे जो है वो विल लेट यू नो। जैसे आपने यहाँ पे दूसरा लिखा है कि इट हैज द हाईएस्ट वेटेज इन निफ्टी इन योर all outperformance stocks are not Nifty 50 except Hindalco. सो वेटेज के हिसाब से निफ्टी चलता है ऐसा नहीं है, तो वैसा होता तो इट इज वेरी इजी, निफ्टी का जो टॉप 5 वेटेज है वही स्टॉक लेना चाहिए और वो हर महीने आपको पॉजिटिव अल्फा देगा। तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसा नहीं होता है। देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज एन इंडेक्स मैनेजमेंट। जैसे ये मंथ हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स में पैसा है, तो बंधन बैंक का कुछ वेटेज ही नहीं है। देर आर लॉट ऑफ बैंक्स विच माइट बी लो वेटेज इन बैंक निफ्टी ऑल्सो, बट वी एक्सपेक्ट दैट स्टॉक्स टू गो अप। सो वेटेज एंड आउट परफॉर्मेंस का कोरिलेशन यहाँ पे नहीं हो सकता है, बिकॉज दिस इज sector specific or index specific. We are expecting this outperformance. So please send us a mail on Reliance. We'll let you know. So kindly, second question is, kindly tell us about HDFC Bank performance. Can it outperform? Now, if you ask the question, can it outperform? Outperformance, yes, क्योंकि 1660 से 1720, अगर आपको याद होगा, ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 क्वार्टर्स पहले वहां से उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन स्टार्ट हुआ है और 1480 के बेस इट हैज नॉट ब्रीच। अगर आप ये एंटायर लेवल्स का ब्रेक इवन करते हैं तो दैट कम्स टू ऑलमोस्ट 1600 टू 1620। तो स्टॉक जो अभी है, वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग 1620। आफ्टर वंस HDFC goes to 1620, then we might see a timid movement. What I might mean by timid is it might work in tandem to what the Nifty might do, so that outperformance जो है that might cease after 1620 levels. So अगर आप प्रॉफिट बुकिंग या रेजिस्टेंस पूछ रहे हो तो वी बिलीव दैट 1620 के आसपास में HDFC बैंक का एक रेजिस्टेंस आ सकता है। हालांकि 1520 टू 1530 ये काफी अच्छा सपोर्ट है। We have a question which says the view on specialty chemical sector and packaging sector like Polyplex, Moldex and packaging. See, sector specific, just send us a mail because we would need some fundamental input also for this. Needless to say, we look into the fundamentals and also into what the forwards would hold for this stock. So send us a mail. We'll ask the fundamental team to look into this, especially your packaging sector like Polyplex that you have mentioned. इस पे देख के we'll be more than happy to assist you. In December series, how much upside Nifty can go from November? It is already 1500 point. Any correction is expected. Now, how much can it go in December? It can go, अगर आप upside आप देखते हो तो कभी भी निफ्टी एक 7 to 8% पॉजिटिव मंथ देने के बाद, ये स्टैटिस्टिकली मैं बता रहा हूँ, that it goes into almost about 2 to 3%. So 2 to 3% can be good 4 to 500 odd point. But the difference is we are seeing some cash positioning which is happening into the FI sector. FIs also, if you see last 4 to 5 sectors में 4 to 5 sessions में we are seeing long cash buying which is happening. That is one. एंड सेकेंड, ये पूरे पिछले 6 से 8 महीने में अगर आप देखो तो बैंक निफ्टी ने निफ्टी का साथ नहीं दिया है और दिसंबर सीरीज में वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग द बैंक निफ्टी टू वर्क इन टैंडम टू निफ्टी. So if these two has to be, if these 2 points has to be drawn, so we believe that the upside can be very much possible. Now 20,200, 300, this can go all the way to 20,000 or maybe 20,100 or 21,000 also. There is no stopping it. But a 7% or usually an 8% month on month is quite a less or a bit rare scenario. But if you ask how much is it possible, 21,000 is also possible. The first indication is 20,500 का break होते ही you would see fresh long built up in all the sectors, not only banks, and that can take the Nifty a good 500, 550 more points on the upside. Cement sector, yes, cement sector like I mentioned, उसमें काफी अच्छा long positions है. So there are a couple of stocks like India Cement also that we like. So if you're asking sector-wise, banking and cement, these are the two sectors that we like for December series. तो आपके पास cash positioning in stocks में होगा, तो you can certainly hold at least till the Nifty goes to 20,500, and then we can decide if profit booking or hedging is needed. अगेन यहाँ पे TCS का क्वेश्चन है, तो स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक प्लीज आप मेल भेजिए, तो उसमें विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी टू टेल यू व्हाट टू डू अबाउट इट. What about the IT index? Now stock specific में Infosys के बारे में नहीं बोलूंगा, but IT as a sector almost in the last 3 quarters, 9 महीने से if you see IT में नेगेटिव अल्फा नहीं है. दैट मीन्स Infosys जैसे स्टॉक जो 1230 1240 रिजल्ट्स के टाइम में जो डिप मारा है, वहां से काफी अच्छा बेस बिल्डिंग हुआ है. तो ऊपर 1520 जाने के बाद भी वो करेक्ट होने के बाद इट इज फाइंडिंग अ गुड सपोर्ट क्लोज टू 1380 1400. सो IT सेक्टर में there is good 10 to 12% more. Keep the position long. IT is not yet overbought. उसमें a positive alpha is possible in the next 1 to 2 months. Again, Polyplex as a stock, please send us a mail. We'll be more than happy. IT and sector. So guys, this was the basics that we had. अगर कोई sector specific या ये जो index का strategy है उसके specific में if you have any queries, please let us know. So we'll be more than happy to assist you in this. So we'll wait for 2 more minutes. Yeah, so guys, we see a next question, which is that you have given a ratio call spread. If the Nifty goes about 20,500, how will I adjust the position? Kindly say something. देखो, रेशियो कॉल स्प्रेड में क्या है, आपने 20,500 का कॉल ऑप्शन खरीदा है और 20,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन दो बेचा है. कितने में बेचा है? 75 into 2 यानी 150. तो आप अगर 20,800 के साथ 150 ऐड करते हैं तो ऑलमोस्ट कितना होता है? 21,000 के आसपास, 950. तो ये स्ट्रैटेजी जो है तो वो तकरीबन 21,000 21,100 तक इट विल नॉट गिव अ लॉस. यू डोंट हैव टू एडजस्ट एनीथिंग. द मोमेंट निफ्टी स्टार्ट्स बिकमिंग इन द मनी, यानी 20,500 के बाद आगे बढ़ते जाएगा, तो ये जो रेशियो है इसका टोटल जो अभी फिलहाल 30 रुपया दिख रहा है वो 50 60 70 80 ऐसे बढ़ते जाएगा. एंड दैट इज व्हेन वी एक्सपेक्ट यू टू बुक प्रॉफिट्स क्लोज टू 100 and 150. The next question is, what's the prediction for market in coming week? Obviously, we know there are certain cues that the market is waiting with respect to state elections and all. So that would be more or less factored in because Nifty has moved a good 400, 450 odd points. But with this long position which has happened in Nifty, we believe that upside is there. And कम से कम वो 20,500, और कभी भी मार्केट नए हाई पे रहता है तो फ्रेश मनी फ्लो इन होता है. So the predicting for next 1 week is Nifty might not really go below at 20,000 and the upside can be at 20,500 to 20,600. Do you help to understand option chain? Yes, we have a training. अभी ये जो coming Wednesday है, we will have the first option training. जैसे every month of every first Wednesday of the month we have option training. So please log into that जहाँ पे we'll be dealing with this option chain and derivatives. So ratio call spread, Syanchidi, do not worry. We will update you. You do not have to do any adjustment. Once the ratio comes to that profit beyond 20,500, we'll ask you to book profits or move out. So don't worry about any adjustments that you're thinking of. So guys, if there are any more queries, let us know or we can end this webinar here. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. Okay, guys. So I see there are no more queries with that. I see one more. Okay, the expiry of 20,800 is same as the expiry of 20,800 is same as 20,400. I did not understand your question, but expiry को अभी time है. The moment Nifty 20,500 क्रॉस करके ऊपर जाता है आपके स्ट्रेटेजी में प्रॉफिट आएगा. We will be advising you to book profit, so don't worry about expiry. Expiry को बहुत टाइम है, अभी जस्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट स्टार्ट हुआ है. आपको डायरेक्शन पे फोकस करना है, डायरेक्शन से ज्यादा प्रीमियम पे. तो हमने दो ऑप्शन बेचा है, एक खरीदा है. So kindly be in this call, and once we'll be updating at least with a profit target of 80 to 100, that is where we'll book and we'll let you know on the same. दोनों, हाँ, लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू दिस, ये जो 20,500 का कॉल ऑप्शन दिया है और जो 20,800 का कॉल ऑप्शन बेचा है वो सेम दिसंबर मंथ एंड का ही है, तो यू नीड नॉट वरी अबाउट दैट. So guys, with that, we'll end this webinar. If there are any further more queries, please send us a mail on equityresearch@deligo.com. I'll be more than happy to assist you in that. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Have a great weekend.